It's Symbio's
There we are.
Farcaster birthday. How great is that?
Oh, how cool.
How
Happy
old are
birthday,
you?
Symbio. GM everyone, and happy Halloween, Adrienne.
Happy
Yeah,
Halloween.
tell us how old you are, Symbio. Whoops. We need to know.
Let's guess.
3.
Oh,
I would say
okay. You
almost.
said confidently that I am also going to say 3.
It's 3. It's not even like a guess.
Did you join?
Because we joined around the same. I think our FIDs are very close. I might even be this. I don't think I'm on this day though. I think I'm like a week ahead or something. So that's my guess. Anyway, we're gonna have fun today. This is gonna be such a fun show. We've got a bunch of Halloween stuff that's happening on Farcaster that we're gonna share right at the top. We are going to dive into some Farcaster news, and then we have Say Angel joining us. Very excited to have him come on and talk about Warplets. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think we're on any of our bigger Twitter people, so we need some retweeting, some recasting. Let's share it out there. And if you are on a Pine Tree or retake, hopefully this is coming through because I'm not sure I got things set up properly. So hopefully it is. And if you are, we'll be checking the chat after, but we may not see it during the show. So with that, we're going to get this show started, and we'll be back after this brief message from us, not even our sponsors. And we'll be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, NounishProf and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Friday, October 31st, and you are here with NounishProf and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news plus a chat with Say Angel about Warplets. And I did not get everything tweeted out, so let me just do that really quick. Very excited today for this show. It's going to be a lot of fun. No, I don't want to boost because the boost never helps. Don't mind me, just talking to Elon live now. Every time I've tried to boost on Twitter, it does nothing. It like literally does nothing. It does not help one bit.
Do they take your money though?
Give it up. Yeah, they'll take your money, and then you check afterwards, and you're like, that did no different than the one before. Yeah.
What are you complaining about now?
No, really? Just helping support the Twitterverse. You know how we like to do. This is going to be a fun show. Like I said, I'm just do one more tweet and we will be good to go. All right. We got to dive into all things Halloween because there's a lot happening on the timeline. I actually bought a new Warplet. Ooh, I may have to get rid of our little side overlay here. It's all right. So I bought a new Warplet, and it is a lovely little pumpkin Warplet. So I decided to animate it. This was hilarious. So I bought this on OpenSea because there's now that little app where you can combine them. And I was like, oh, I want to just keep buying these now. And it's not good. So I have way too many already. And I saw this one and I was like, no, you're not buying it. And I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I'm buying it. So then I animated it on Sora. So all I said was, please have it say Happy Halloween, GM Farcaster, and Happy Halloween.
GM Farcaster! Happy Halloween!
Not bad. The other iterations, however, not so good. This was, I think, the first one.
Hey, good entering, Farcaster. Happy Halloween.
What is galantering? Like, what is
I don't know. I like the accent. I like the way he says "fuck caster."
Farcaster. So I put it back in and I say, no, I want G and M, like not galantering. And it gave me this. Dude. I'm like, what is this dude doing
Hello,
here?
GM Farcaster. Happy Halloween.
All this to say, I don't think we have to be that worried about AI yet.
Hey there, these
This is this one.
collations. Those are something sweet smoothies. And we will see you hold pumpkin lantern, your gas from Halloween.
Literally the same prompt. And these are the 4 different ones that I got. Like, craziness. This is the only one I wanted.
And you're exactly describing why it's really difficult to learn how to code with AI as a developer,
Yeah.
because every time you use an LLM, you get a different response. So it's like very frustrating to kind of figure that out. Okay.
Yeah, craziness. Absolute craziness. Okay, moving on. We have this from DGen. There's a lot of like contests going on, a lot of fun happening on the timeline. Every Halloween, DGens find a new way to keep it wholesome. This year, POIDH, yes, the ones behind the Guinness World Record bounty, are back with a $500 bounty for the best costume pick, holding a Happy DGen Halloween sign. Post it, upload it, winner November 1st. So today is the day to get your costume in. I may have to throw myself in here. Just, got to make a little sign real quick. I've got the DGen hat already. So I'm a Nounish DGen witch. There you go. This is my outfit today. Also, have you seen Peachy's mom has been on it? She is on it. We love her so much. Do you know what this is, by the way? It's very, very scary. This is one of the scariest things around.
I don't. Can you explain?
Yes, I can. In the chat, if you know, type in. It's a honey pot.
Oh.
It's a honey pot.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also this is another one from her, which was so funny. So she's just like going crazy with the skeleton. Also, what we're seeing is a lot of things on Try Emerge, and the pumpkins have been very cool. So there's been some really fun jack-o'-lantern ones. This was one that Peachy did. There was a couple others. So if you go into Try Emerge right now, you'll probably find quite a few Halloween ones featured. So go check that out. Here's another one from the Fabulous Horse Facts, who I don't know what's going on. He warpleted up his horse and it became kind of crazy. And then he put it in a NASA costume. So there you go. If you want your PFP in a NASA costume, there you go. We also have this from Better. They have a couple things happening right now, contests happening now. Neon Nightmares, Betterment and Try Emerge are teaming up this Halloween for a bewitching workflow contest with big prizes. Use the Emerge mini app to create a creative and spooky themed workflow. Share your workflow on the timeline and get people to try it out. A-Town and I will help by sharing high effort flows. On Sunday, we will choose our favorite workflow and feature one of its outputs in a special round of Betterment next week. Workflow creator will win 400 in Better and Emerge, and the featured output will win 100. So there you go. So check that out if you have some ideas for some spooky little emergy things. That's cute, by the way. Neon Nightmares, very cute. And this is another contest that's happening from Betterment. They have one that they're doing with Tippin to create some Halloween art contest here. And this was from Sloppy Pencil. Sloppy Pencil is, oops, I'm not sharing the right tab. Sloppy Pencil is an actual, real life, real animator who's worked on Rick and Morty and some other things. So he created this and it's hilarious.
Welcome to Toadies. Can I take your order? Oh, hey. What are you, like a ghost or something?
I'm a better ghost, here to make your day just a little better.
Right. So are you gonna order something?
I would like to order a nice smile. Just kidding. Is there anything I can do to make your day better?
Yeah, you can order something and then tip me all your money.
Say what now?
Get to tippin', ghost boy.
My therapist did say I need to say yes more often. Give me a toady burger at a 500% tip.
A toady burger. So now we're all ordering toady burgers. So this was from Sloppy, my entry for the Halloween art contest. I can already imagine 3 seasons in a movie for toady burger. So amazing. Absolutely amazing. So some serious creativity happening on the timeline, which I'm enjoying.
How did I not know who Sloppy was?
You don't know
I
Sloppy?
just no.
He actually created Pickle Rick, one of the characters on like Rick and Morty.
Okay.
So,
Did you
yeah.
watch Rick and Morty?
I am not a big Rick and Morty person, but I
Did
do
you ever
know who
watch?
that character is. No,
Okay.
it's never been
Okay.
something in my repertoire.
I
Yeah.
think like the timing of when it came out like just missed me. But
What's going
it's
on?
like
What is
I just like I'm too old but too young. Okay. Anyway, I just started watching it. You can't
Oh,
be
really?
with me. I just started
That's so
watching with
funny.
my son. It's our new show together. We're going through season 1 and
Oh.
I'm totally digging it. Yeah, I'm really liking it.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, you should shut that out on the timeline. You get a little then tag Sloppy. So yeah. Sloppy's amazing. Amazing artist, and he's done a lot of work with Nouns and Yellow. Is anyone seeing her paws and not just getting it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. The paws are killing me. They're absolutely killing me. So funny. So funny. All right, moving on. We've got a few more things before Say Angel joins us. We have a winner for our little contest that we did to give away a ticket to DevConnect. And Aomide.eth won the free ticket to DevConnect. See you in Argentina. So that's really exciting. Adrienne, I think we still have one more to give away, don't we? Oh, you're muted. Okay. How are we doing that? Oh, now you're not. Whoops. Now you weren't. Now you are.
I'm really sorry. Blame it
on the pause.
Blame it on the pause. Blame it on we're at a different time today, so everything is messed up. We actually have 2 tickets to give away because Aomide is unable to travel. And I told them they can give it away to someone else. They didn't have someone. So we still have 2 tickets to give away. I think we need to figure out a better way to do this. But really, I want to give it to people in our community. So if you're trying to get to DevConnect, I don't know. We'll figure it. We'll figure something out.
Yep. That's all right. So we'll figure this out. We're going to find the right folks who are going to DevConnect and need a ticket. Hit us up. Or if you are in Argentina, like, let's make it really easy. If you're in Argentina and want to go, we definitely got you hooked up. So let's figure this out. We'll figure this out afterwards. But congratulations, Aomide. Sorry you can't go. That would have been very cool. Moving on. This from DWR. In the last week, the team has shipped Clanker in the last week. Let me just say that again. Last week. The team has shipped Clanker Acquisition, Candlestick Charts, which we're going to talk about, Top Traders Leaderboard, we're going to talk about that, Fiat On-Ramp, Dev Day, New Brand, probably forgetting a few things. Yeah, you forgot. You didn't ship Warplets, but you inspired it, Dan. Say Angel shipped it, but you inspired it. New from, this is from V, new Top Traders. Find and follow the best traders on Farcaster by going to search Top Traders. You can see who has made the most in the last day, week, month. You may need to restart a few times to get the latest updates on mobile. This is really interesting. I found a lot of people I just didn't even know that were on there. And the Top Trader thing is, it is really fascinating because I know for a fact that like some of the top traders are not on there because they're using other wallets. So this is the top traders with the Farcaster wallet. So just to be clear. For other wallets, check out something like Interface or what's the new one? There's a new one, Clicker, I think it is. But yeah. So anyway, it's interesting. Speaking of, at the top, this dog has that dog in them. Was Burtwurst at one point. And the dog said, please do not follow my trades for financial advice. I cannot emphasize enough that I do not know what I am doing because, again, he's a dog. So just be careful out there.
I'm starting to get suspicious, like maybe he's not really a dog.
Really? You think? I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm going to continue to go with it. I'm going to absolutely continue to go with it. I will live in that fantasy because it makes me happy. This from V also, new on Farcaster, candles. Price charts on Farcaster now support candlesticks with volumes. Tap on the button on the bottom right of the graph to turn them on. Candles give you a sense of how much the price went up and down within a period. The volume bars at the bottom tell you how much trading volume happened within the same period. This gives you a much more dimensionality when you understand why a token price is changing and makes it easier to trade safely on Farcaster. I like candles. I prefer candles to lines, just my preference. But now you have the option and you can switch between them if you would like. I prefer candles, as does Samantha. She was very clear about that.
I like humankind candles.
Yes, we really like humankind candles. I wish I had one closer to me. It's way up there.
Are candles not on the web? Is it mobile only?
Oh, it might be. It might be mobile only right now. I haven't checked.
Give that feedback.
Yeah, I haven't checked, so that could be it. All right. Good to know. And this from DWR, Clanker update. Overall, we acquired 2,101 Clanker today. This is from 1162 Clanker purchased for 129,000 using protocol fees, 939 Clanker from LP fees. So there's two different pools of fees that are happening that they're collecting. So we now own 6,224 Clanker. As a reminder, claimed buys will continue to be irregular for the next couple of weeks. We are working to automate the process. So but you can also find it on the Dune dashboard. So all this information is being shared very transparently, and we appreciate it. Why does your light keep going off? Is this like a Halloween thing?
I keep kicking the outlet underneath my desk and unplugging it. And I actually think it might be broken now. I don't know. I'm very fidgety today.
So
it's
oh,
like
no.
leave it on. Sorry.
Oh no, she's just going to be in the dark for the rest of the show. Oh, there we go. All right. And this from DWR, we built a new Dune dashboard to show Clanker revenue, including both protocol fees and the Clanker LP position. I also recorded a short video walkthrough. For now, claims and buys remain manual and somewhat irregular, but we're working on automating them. Lastly, we haven't touched the native tokens accrued from early Clankers V0 to V3.1. And that really should say yet. They haven't decided exactly what they're going to do with those, so stay tuned for that. This from V, limit orders, HL perp. This was actually Matthew B. Limit orders, HL perps, top trader rewards, private wallet, P&L, share graphics, copy trading, AppCoin launcher. None of these words are in the Bible, but many are in our roadmap. That was V's response to this. So you heard it there. A lot of these things are coming very soon on the roadmap from the team. So cool to see that. Looking forward to seeing some of these things added. This from Patricia Exley, and I lost Adrienne completely now. She's trying to fix her light. Either that or she's in the middle of a costume change. Anything's possible. This from Patricia Exley, new tokens tab. I've noticed myself checking out the token tab in profiles when assessing whether or not an account is spam. It's an interesting piece of data in addition to cast history, quality, and followers that suggests a long-term commitment to the ecosystem which spammy accounts lack. Interesting. Not to say that the amount of wallet holdings are consistently positive or negative indicators, just that they help provide a fuller picture of whether this is a real person or a profile made for spamming. Some people don't spend much time casting their own content, but actively reply. Now those people can seem less spammy to me. It reminded me of this response to an old complaint I had written about spam. Since the quote cast cuts it off, I want to emphasize that Aviation Doctor states very clearly his take was a joke, but even if the feed algorithm never does this, I wouldn't be surprised if our mental algorithms do. And this was in regards to an opt-in feed algo based on proof of wealth. It only shows wallets of a certain size. So I think this is a helpful piece of data. Me now looking to see if Adrienne dropped a note in our private chat. Nope. Oh, there she is. Now she's back.
Did you see that? I dropped you a note in our public chat.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's the only place I thought you might see it.
I just lost sound too. I'm sorry. I'll be back in a second.
I'm so sorry.
So when I'm reading things, the chat is covered for me. So that's why I rely a little bit on Adrienne like handling the chat. So that's why I was like, let me close that for a second and check our private chat just to see where she went. So anyway.
What did I tell you right before our stream? I said I should have rebooted my computer. I'm sorry, all the peripherals are dying. Very embarrassing.
I was like, Adrienne, if we have time, you should reboot your computer. And she's like, no, it's fine. Okay.
It's freaking amateur hour over here.
I just love that you're in the dark. What is going on? It's mood lighting. It's mood lighting. It's Halloween mood lighting. So I did want to ask you about this though, and your thoughts on this of the tokens on the profiles now, and just easier access to checking out, what somebody is trading, etc. Not that you couldn't have done that before. You could have. It just would take a few extra steps, and most people aren't going to do that. So what do you think about this, and like Patricia's take on this?
I generally feel like it doesn't matter what I think, because look at where the trends are going. So like everything's going to become public and whatnot. I only wish they would just give us a freaking NFT tab. Like if they didn't take that away 3 years ago, then, but whatever. So I have some personal opinions. I don't love it, to be honest. Like I don't personally love it, but I also feel like people will like it. People love like gamification of things. So
True.
It's, like, sure, have some, have some fun. So, yeah, it's almost like I kind of think my personal opinions don't always matter.
Okay. That's fair. And I'm kind of back and forth on it. I totally understand people wanting to kind of hide that information or not want it so prominent. But also I do agree with Patricia, like that is another data point that helps you kind of assess who is this person? Are they real? Are they a bot? That kind of thing. So I do think that is helpful in that regard.
Also good to keep in mind, it's not the full day. Like what people show you is
it's not the full picture. Not even close. Yeah.
Iceberg, right? Tip of the iceberg. And there's probably most of the private stuff you're not actually seeing. So just be careful with what you do with that information.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. And don't ever copy trade me. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. Most of the time when I am buying something, it's to support whoever's building the thing. Like if they're a creator or if they're a builder, and that's like 99% of the time, or maybe 90% of the time. And then there's a small fraction of time where it's actually, something I'm speculating on. Like most of the time you're going to lose money. Just, you've been warned. I've told you. There you go. Up to you what you do with that information. This from Dan, interview with Jess and Josh Cornells from this morning. Really enjoyed the discussion. Dan was on 2 podcasts yesterday. He was on 11 a.m., which I did watch, and then he was on with Thread Guy, which I did not watch. And both were good from what I heard on the other one, the one I didn't watch, but this one was good. A lot of the same things. Don't copy trade me. A lot of the same points that we talked with them about, a few other different, thoughts and things like that, but mostly what we already talked to them about on Monday. So you can go back and watch that as well. We had Dish and Dan on Monday's show. to talk about the Clanker acquisition. And I definitely, if you missed that, you want to go back and catch that because it was really good. It's a really good chat, and it was our biggest show ever. But the people haven't found us yet. They haven't found us over on our little GM Farcaster account. But it was really good. So, and they were also streaming on Zora, so I did watch it on there just for a little bit, just to kind of see how that stream is working. So there was a few people chatting over there as well, including Carter and his tattoo. So there was a discussion about Carter and his tattoo for a little bit. It was funny. This from Garrett. Farcaster has 171 million in the bank currently per DWR on Thread Guy's stream. So only Thread Guy would probably ask a question like that. Like, this is not surprising that came out during that particular show. This from V, deposit rewards update. The next batch of rewards for deposits will go out this Friday, exactly 1 week after the last batch. So there you go. Look for that if you deposited the USDC during that promotion. This from Jeff Goldberg. It's now possible to explore the interconnectivity of accounts being followed by DWR and/or V. Deep link to Balaji's account here as well. Thanks to the Haberdashery for making this work possible. So the Haberdashery has funded Jeff and Quotient to do some data dives. He also did one where he said accounts followed by Kobe include DWR on Cassie, Woj, Slow Crypto, Jesse, Balaji, and Bold Leonidas. Kobe does not follow V, and V's response was, "I wonder why they don't invite this guy to parties." So that was funny. And he did one for me, and I need to get back with him because I was asking some questions about like what does this really say. Like, because I don't know how to fully interpret this. And so I was really a little bit more curious about, what this all means. So we do have to get them on here and talk about that. Oh, I think you reached out. You were going to get somebody from Quotient to.
Yeah, I'm at Ruminations and I are chatting. Got a schedule. He's going to come on to chat Quotient. We could have Jeff on in the same show and do stuff.
That'd be good.
Yeah, Prof, I interpreted your chart already. Your graph.
Oh, you did?
Yes. It told me you're in the cabal.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I didn't know that. So it's good to know. So that means now I get rich. Is that's right. The way this works? Okay, cool. Awesome. Amazing. Good to know. So I just sit back now. I believe that's how the Illuminati works as well. That is my understanding of how this all works. This from Aaron. The Farcaster team have made the in-app wallet so good that it's the only wallet I now use for regular transactions. I've used it to turn several $100s into several $1,000s in the past couple months. I'm going to stop for a note here. NFA DYOR, your results may vary. While I know it's all visible on chain, having the contents of my wallet be easily discoverable on my profile and through the search tab feels uncomfortable. I suppose it's because I'm inherently a private person, which is why I'm an non-artist. In fact, I don't even really feel comfortable sharing these screenshots, but that's moot because anyone on Farcaster can now click and see the contents of my wallet themselves. I guess I just need to get used to the app going all in on the social aspects of trading or stop using the best wallet I've found. And there was a response from V that I think is important. We're adding an option so you can opt out of these experiences if you want to. Also, a better private wallet option is coming soon. This is good to know. Thanks. So there you go. It is coming, but there's definitely some uncomfortableness for a lot of folks having sort of this easy access to all your wallet info.
I do expect more privacy options to come.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like.
It sounds like that's what they're working on and just trying to figure out the best way to do that. And then this from Q, it's pretty wild that I've made more money in the last 30 days from Farcaster rewards than I made over the span of 4 years and 100 million views on Snapchat. The future of social is on chain. Okay. I didn't know anyone could, make any money on Snapchat. I'm obviously not too familiar with Snapchat. Clearly.
Snapchat, I think Snapchat launched a few years after Rick and Morty.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, Rick and Morty has been around for a while. I just have never, it's never been something I dove into. I've seen, I know memes and I've seen like bits and pieces, but never sat down and watched the show. Yeah. So when you see Pickle Rick, now you know the artist. Bringing up some of our Warplet stuff in anticipation of Say Angel getting here any minute now. And we've had like more Warplet craziness. And somebody had said, oh, I guess this is only going to last a day. And I'm like, giving it at least a week. This one's got a little bit of staying power. We'll see how much beyond that. But there's a few things we can talk about before he gets here. And that is we now have mutants. It's like the BAYC playbook is playing out right now. You can now mutate your Warplet. And you can just put it in this little mini app. There's Say Angel. Bring him up in just a second. You can put this in this little mini app and you get a mutated version of your Warplet. And this is mine. And she's beautiful. I love her. She's great. I did actually I bought Pro for the cast out account just to see what it would end up being. And it looks exactly like the original. It's hilarious. The mutated one is a little bit better. This from you and Dan, Warplet Glow Up as a service. Because you were getting a lot of compliments on your Warplet, but people don't realize I edited mine to make him cuter. Opportunity for someone to spin off a mini app to cutify Warplets, and somebody else actually did that too. And then we have the MF Bevan had created within the Warplet mini app that he created, there's an option where you can breed them now. So now we're all the way back to CryptoKitties. I am in my heyday and life is good. And now you can breed your Warplets, which has caused me to buy an insane amount of Warplets over on OpenSea. All right, let's bring up Say Angel to the reason we have all this insanity. I think we shouldn't bring up Say Angel until he puts on his Warplet costume. I'm going to bring him up anyway.
Fine. You win.
Hello.
GM, it's great to have you here.
GM.
We both are sporting your background that you threw together there. That's so funny.
That one's technically not mine. That was Dan's. That was like the seed inspiration for, hey, this could be a collection.
Incredible. So you have taken over the timeline this week. Congrats. You're the main character. Welcome to the top of the leaderboard. How's it feel? How's the pressure been?
It's fun. It's overwhelming, but it's fun.
It is overwhelming. Like I've seen many people like who get in this position where it's like they have this virality and it's a lot. So we're glad you're hanging in there. So what drove this inspiration all of a sudden on a Sunday night that you were going to drop this idea?
Man. So I started the mint, like I started writing code on Saturday afternoon. But there's a lot of context here, right? So I have this Harmony Bot mini app. I have a lot of building blocks already for churning out mints. On always, gives me a playfully hard time about how, like, whenever there's some new CeeLo or Monad, like I'm there with the minting frame. I have the framework already. But anyway, I saw Warplets. I was like, hey, this could be really cool. But I really wanted to make it consistent. And so until I nailed that, I spent a few hours, got it consistent. And then I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. Tried a few test Warplets. They looked good. I had so many other ideas that could have made the thing more complex. Traits, I was pitching it to my wife on Sunday night. I was like, hey, like, what if we added traits based on X, Y, and Z, or all these other things. Ultimately, I decided I casted Sunday night, like, hey, who wants to try something? My favorite response was from Horsefacts, who said down to clown. Maybe like 2 or 3 people replied to that. So I posted the link, and then there was no going back. So that's sort of like the 24 hours that led to it. I think you both know there's so much more context behind that. There's our wallet, which is the Warplet, which became this mascot that Dan did, that everyone loves to hate on. Then he posted
Linda, especially.
Yes. So it was like a nice convergence of a lot of things. And I think a lot of right place, right time. Did I think Sunday night was the right time? Not at all. And so, yeah, that was it. That's the quick story.
And it was really like, to kind of speak to some of the criticism, and I'm going to put it like this. It was really like, it seemed to me when you launched it, this was like a fun thing that you could just play around with, turn this, create this customized little monster, Warplet monster. And it wasn't like this, hey, I'm going to create generational wealth from these little monsters like that.
No.
The like motivation to me was like, obviously something fun on the timeline.
I'm charging $1.50. Like I would, and it's funny when people are like, "Oh, you overhype this," and I've seen NFT projects that overhype, and you get GIFs and teasers and metaverse,
and it's like it's a month long, and you're grinding away in a Discord on a
years long,
list.
and nothing lands, and I'm like, hey, like who wants to try this thing? Yeah.
So it's like, no. Like, let's set the record straight on that. Like, no, that's not what happened at all. Like, there was no plan here. And then it just took off, and then it starts like trending on OpenSea, which was hilarious. Like, I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I want to talk about like from the technical side, because I was surprised when somebody asked about what's the AI behind it, and it was Nano Banana. Is that right? Nano Banana. Can you talk a little bit about like sort of the tech aspects of what went into what's happening sort of in the background of HarmonyBot and that?
Yeah. Okay. I'll yap a little bit here, because I think what's really interesting is this goes back to bot or not, right? Like the building blocks have been stacking since then. So for those who don't know, bot or not was probably like my first breakout. It was a frame back then. It was my first breakout frame that did decent numbers within the Farcaster community.
We highlighted it here often. We would check people's like
fun.
live.
It was super fun. It was like, it had utility for some people, but it was also just meant to be fun. I mean, I think you all remember the tags. Some of them were silly. Some people got labeled, popular shitcasters. And it was meant to be a fun way, but still, kind of discern who's up to weird things on the timeline and who's being genuine. But anyway, the way that worked was it would pull in people's casts, feed it to an LLM, and then classify it, and then use a frame to make it interesting and playful. And to me, that was like that first taste of, oh, okay, like what can you do with this social data? Here's this one, utility. But then if we go even further back beyond bot or not, before I was very active on Farcaster, I've always been into like remixing art. Blipmap from Dom Hoffman, kind of like the loot universe is what pulled me into crypto. I did, with some pixel artists, some derivatives there. And so that's sort of then what became HarmonyBot, which is, hey, how do I combine people's social data that's really easy to get from Farcaster via tools like Nanar, and then turn that into art. So the first experiments with HarmonyBot were like pixel art based on your what you would cast. Then I did Faces of Farcaster, which would take your profile picture, turn it into an on-chain piece of art that was made up of the old Farcaster Arch, RIP. So I have all these pieces for pulling in people's Farcaster profile data, their casts, and then turning it into images. And so then what I had to build out for this was, okay, how do we turn them into warplets that all look cohesive if we're going to make a collection? And you've seen probably there are some weird ones where things got a little hairy with the pipeline generation. But all it's doing is it's taking your PFP, it's then analyzing it for what would make good warplet traits, and then using Nano Banana plus the original warplet to generate a new warplet that looks like you. And that's why, when you do, I think you said the cast out account, it got a rather plain one, when you have like just I think it's like a lot of purple in
It
the
is.
cast out image. Yeah, so it's like, hey, look, like this should be a purple Warplet, and that's what you end up with. I think one that I feel bad about was also like Tim TLDR just got one that looks very similar. The Clanker one also, and yeah, that's sort of how it works. But
Yeah,
honestly,
this is the cast out. This is the cast out one minus the like all the the sponsor logos, but it was it just pulled the purple. That was it.
Yeah,
it was
that's
funny.
how it works. One last thing I'll say to wrap up this answer is behind the scenes, there are traits being generated. Again, I was just, FAFO on a Sunday night, and so I decided not to put them on chain. But they're there. I will probably make them available. Some people are building like cool explorers for the Warplets, so I think it'd be fun for people to see what they got for traits.
Yeah, I'd love to see that too. We love traits. We love these kind of things. For those of us who are into the NFTs and traits. And the other thing that would be really interesting to see now that you have this like way to breed them, if you will. So,
yeah.
What about the naked mole rat ones? There are some that are a little
where did that come from?
Not cute.
Yeah, so I will share more about this. I've been a little bit like shadowy about the technical details, not because I want to gatekeep. I just know there's some people that would be up to no good that might try to do weird things with the collection before it ends. But once the mint is over, I will be very open about how it works so that other people can do other things that aren't hideous little lovable Warplets.
That's so funny. Yeah, it's soon, right? 15 minutes. Am I correct in that?
It's Pacific time.
Pacific
so people
time.
have about 3 more hours.
Mm-hmm. All right. You were nice. It was Pacific time. Okay. So
have you
got
slept
a little
this
bit
week?
More time.
Yeah, I have. Sunday night and Monday night were probably the most chaotic because I was just scrambling to get things working. But there were a couple of folks who were extremely helpful in DMs and getting it all stabilized. Had to upgrade a lot of my accounts to make sure that everything worked. But once that got to a good place, I really wanted.
When you said upgrade, you mean like infrastructure?
Yeah, I had to pay for. Yeah, yeah, I had to pay for a lot.
Kicked out of the free tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Consume my credits quickly, but I really wanted it to get to a point where people who love Farcaster, people who hang out there, could mint without any issues and without having to like go through bots. And so, the whole supply conversation, it never mattered to me if it meant like people who loved Warplets, who even like knew what a Warplet was from the beginning, weren't going to get one. I wasn't going to stop things until I had felt that I had given those people a good enough chance to try and get one.
And you had to pause a couple times. There were some things that were on your end, like you mentioned, and then there was like we broke Farcaster for a little bit, so there was that.
Yeah,
there was like a few different things happening, and you had to keep pausing it. And so it wasn't like some people were taking that differently. I mean, it was just like you needed to pause it so that because things were breaking and you had to get them back 100%. On track. So
yeah, same thing. I had a post yesterday about the Farcaster Pro thing. It wasn't me trying to collude with Merkle, to get more people to become pro users. I was just like, you know what? I doubt people will massively convert to pro, and that will let me catch up on things. And that didn't matter. Apparently,
you were wrong.
All-time high for pro subscriptions or DAOs. So jokes
I think that was good thinking and logical, and this was not logical. People went a little wacky. Like I said, I even upgraded our cast out one just because I was like, I really want to make sure it gets one. And then, it was fine. But it has one. And then now I was like, okay, well now I can merge it with other things and like we can turn it into something cute. This was the cast that you were talking about. And I did want to ask you about this because there were some really good learnings here. So I'm just going to read it and then we can kind of dive in. Something for FC devs to consider: gate your mints by minimum money held in wallet. Everyone wins. Merkle wants more funded wallets. Devs benefit from more dry powder, not concentrated. I've seen a lot of people commenting how we should have charged more for mints instead of routing all that money to Merkle via pro subs. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but also don't think Warplets go as wide as they did with a higher mint price. So no point speculating that. And I think you might be true there. The pro rec was a decision I had to make to try and slow down the massive spike in traffic that brought the main mint site down, and Farcaster on a Sunday night. Didn't think the conversion rate would be that high. And after reflecting on it a bit, I think it's a net positive for that money to flow into the ecosystem. How it's dispersed isn't up to me, but hopefully it goes into wallets that then spend it on other dev projects, which I wish it hit the wallets in the ecosystem faster. That got me thinking, how could I have achieved a similar effect without locking the money up in Merkle rewards? And maybe requiring the wallet to hold a certain amount of ETH might have been a better stopgap, and money would have been more instantly spendable on other apps in the ecosystem. I wouldn't have charged more because the low mint fee was key to the virality, methinks, but I would have had a signal that this person is ready and willing to spend before I use my own money to generate them image. That's all the pro sub requirement was, really. And if more wallets keep a constant balance of even something as small as $10, we have more viral moments like that. And I think that was some great points there about thinking about like the ways in which to like create qualified folks or whatever, or to find a way to slowly scale something in other ways besides just using pro. I think that was a good thought process there. So I liked those points, and I think they were, really helpful to other devs who might be trying to create something out there in terms of how to approach this. What other learnings have you had this week from all this craziness? I'm sure there's been many that you want to share.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I think one reflection for me that is also sort of like a validation of a thesis slash principle that I have is having fun is massively underrated. For those who don't know, I don't do Farcaster stuff full time. I'm not a crypto person full time. I have a non-crypto, like B2B construction software company that I run outside of Farcaster. And so I go to Farcaster as a creative outlet, as a way to do freaky stuff like Warplets. And you see all this discourse over creator coins, and on the base app, that's sort of the hypothesis is, coin everything, make creators rich with their creator coins. And look, there's a lot to explore there. I think on Sunday night and Monday, we sort of proved there's another side of this, which is just make fun, interesting experiments, bring NFTs back. Like that has always been one of my MOs with HarmonyBot, is like, I still believe in NFTs, in art, in fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens. And I think we proved, like, we had an all-time high day on Farcaster for people trying to mint this creepy creature. Sure, was there speculation? Probably, but there's speculation around creator coins too. Like that is the space that we're in. So I think that's one big learning for me, maybe for the ecosystem too, right? Is like, just have fun. And I think with Farcaster, we're uniquely positioned for that because of mini apps, because of the wallets and how seamless it all is now. I think there's so many things that had to go right on Sunday night for this to happen. And thankfully it was all there. Had awesome support from the Merkle team. I mean, on Sunday night, Horsefax was DMing me, showing me, I wasn't even aware of the volume on OpenSea. And I got a screenshot, and he was like, look, already 7 ETH in volume. I hope you have your creator fees on. I didn't. I didn't think anyone would be trading these things.
Did you then go in and edit it?
Yeah,
I saw it on. Okay, good.
I ended up editing
I'm pretty sure it was on. Okay.
Yeah, I edited it, and yeah, so that's one learning, right? Like, I think the other thing is, like, you just don't know what might work, but I also don't think here's another big piece of advice that I live by, is like, you just got to ship it. Like, you got to have like get the important parts right, which whenever I do a mini app, it's connect, like do the primary flow quickly with big buttons. I strongly agree with Dan on that. Like, the primary flow has to just be big buttons, like no tons of menus everywhere. Get people to mint as quickly as possible, or whatever thing you want to do, and then make it shareable and personal, right? People love sharing their own version of whatever they did on the timeline, and it propagates, and then people click the link, spend money, and rinse and repeat. And I think that's a really cool cycle, but let's have more fun. Like, it clearly works.
Yeah. And I think the personalization was the big thing. It's like you now have a collection of whatever it's going to end up, 40,000 or whatever. They're all very different from each other. Like, but they have a similar vibe. But there's some crazy ones out there. Like, there's some really, like, I saw multiple Batmans.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
That's the funny
multiples
thing is,
there.
like,
It was really funny. Like, I'm like, what is going on? There's like a lot of really funky ones in there that becomes like, it starts to get your creative, you know, juices flowing of like, okay, what else could we do with this? Could these be characters in something? Could
Yeah.
they, and people are running with that and animating them and doing all these things. And it's like, it's really, the fun builds on top of each other.
100%. I've been a huge like proponent of personalized AI slop, so to speak. Right? I saw it with Faces of Farcaster. That was an AI, but that was people plug in their PFP and they like some variant of it, and they will share it and they will mint it for a small fee. And then you saw what Sora did. You had these like personalized videos, these cameos, and people enjoyed putting themselves in weird situations and then sharing it. And I think we're seeing it with Warplets a little bit. It's like, hey, that looks like my PFP. It's not quite, but I can recognize myself, and then I can put myself in scenes with friends and share it. And I think that's really cool because this is the unofficial Farcaster mascot, right? And so if we can get that out there, I think it's just great for the ecosystem. Sorry to everyone who hates the mascot, but it's, I think, now on chain.
I think it's too late now. Yeah. Now we got to run with it. But also, I think this even like, well, first of all, Linda said anything that drove more people to Farcaster, even if it's this ugly creature, ugly little monster, she's good. And that was really, your response was really funny. Like, what did she just call me? That was
because
really
she was
funny.
quote-casting me. So it was like, oh, okay, it's a perfect opportunity for a dunk.
It was perfect. You had a lot of good dunks, by the way. I would say just go run through his profile and just like read all the casts because there's a lot of good stuff in there. And it was just funny. Like the craziness was really kind of, you had to laugh because there were just people misinterpreting exactly what was happening in every possible way and creating like these crazy conspiracy theories. And it's like, that's not what's going on.
I know.
Like,
that's the funniest thing to me is like people were reading
a
way too much
conspiracy
into
against
it.
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
They really got a little nuts. But it's been really, I've loved seeing other people build things like on top of this. I think that just creates like, it's so fun that, you know, you take it one thing and then continue on. And it's so fun. Like the mutants just cracked me up. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, okay. We're just doing a whole Bored Ape Yacht Club. Anytime now, there's going to be Warplet Yacht Club any minute. But I mean, I say that in like, I think that's so funny. And like, you know, Crypto Kitties with the breeding. It's like, this is just funny. And now I went and, you know, I now own like 10 Warplets or something crazy because now I'm like, oh, well, now I want to breed them. Let me go see what I can do here. You know, so it's really a lot of fun. Adrienne, do you have any questions? Because I've been kind of like just chatting away and taking over per usual. My mother's gonna be thrilled.
I love your mom. Tell her I say hi.
She always says I don't let Adrienne know. Yeah.
I just want to ask what happened why we can't have Bot or Not alive still. Why did you have to kill it?
Mostly just out of laziness and lack of time to convert it into a mini app so it was a cast action, which is, you know, like those are dead. We kind of have them, right? We have like the share button that can feed into a mini app. So I would have to convert to that. And Adrienne, I think you had a very relevant post. You go through like dependency hell. Anytime you try to go, even when I'm like upgrading my mini apps from one SDK version to the next.
Yeah, it
sucks.
Wait, say Angela, I literally spent all day yesterday refactoring.
Before. Yeah.
And it was just like, I had to strip everything out. And it was all had to do, I'm going to just, everyone shut up so I can complain. I had to like strip all my Coinbase references out because there were, you know, conflicts. And then now I'm building it back up and it's going to take 2 days. But
it's happened to me. And I even had that fear Sunday night. I was like, ooh, I hope there's nothing that bites me here because I really want to ship this thing. I don't want to wait until next weekend. Thankfully, I was in the clear this time.
And the only reason I asked, do you listen to our show ever?
I occasionally do.
Have you ever heard our lightning round questions?
No.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Okay. Then I'm going to hit you with them. But we do a lightning round with our guests at the end. But my favorite question to ask people was, do you know what Bot or Not says about you?
That's right. Yeah.
I used to ask it because no one would, and then I'd hit them and tell them whether they
Oh
were
no.
You're a good builder.
prolific
Yeah.
caster,
They get
cast
nervous for
like
a
a bot,
minute.
Yeah.
They always get nervous.
likely a bot. It was like
Yeah.
my favorite one, so that's why I just personally miss it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I
forgot
miss it
about
too.
that.
Um,
All
yeah,
right,
we
let's
can do
hit 'em with
lightning
some-
round.
Hit him with
Oh,
some lightning round. Yeah.
Okay.
Hit him with the lightning round.
All right. So on Farcaster, we talk a lot about the URL to IRL pipeline and people meeting on the internet first and later becoming real life friends. So how or when and how did you meet your first internet friend?
Outside of Farcast, like in general.
Can be
Yeah, just in life. Like
Oh,
who was
sure.
the first person you met where it was like online first and then later become a friend?
Okay. So my full-time job is like in VR. I've been doing VR stuff for almost a decade.
Oh, cool.
In like 2014, Oculus comes out. I used to hang out in this app that someone was building where you'd hang out as virtual avatars. Later then worked with that guy. He worked with us for a couple of years, and he was at my wedding a few weeks ago. So yeah, it's one of those weird things where like, wow, I used to know you as this like floating head in VR, and now I know you in real life. We're very close friends. Yeah, his name's Hayden.
That's
That's
awesome.
so cool.
Did you just get married a few weeks ago?
Yes.
Dude, congratulations.
Yeah, at the beginning of October.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it feels
There's
like
been
now
a
it feels
lot
like
of
10 years ago.
a lot of weddings, a lot of engagements happening right now on Farcaster.
And babies. It's
Yeah,
like
and
weddings
babies.
and
It's a lot
babies
going on.
and
Yeah.
And warplets.
And
Um,
warplets.
is your
Hold on though.
business-
Wait, didn't Shaw Makes Magic has done a lot of stuff in VR as well, right? We were just talking to him.
He used to do VR
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
We talked to him on Wednesday and he was talking a little bit about his background in there. So you guys should connect.
And are you doing VR in like the construction world? Is it like modeling? I know someone who does that.
Yeah, so basically like taking people's 3D models and then letting them walk through them before they're built.
Super cool.
Cool.
Okay, what's your favorite holiday?
Ooh, I love Christmas. I'm a sucker for Christmas music. It can't come early enough. I do love the holiday season.
Humpty was already posting like Mariah Carey, and I'm like, no. November 1st is the earliest you're allowed to do that.
Also, I think Cassie has to be the first one to post it. I think
that's
she
true.
has the rights to that on Farcaster. Are you a morning person or night owl?
Morning person as I've gotten older. I used to be a night owl.
Beach or mountain?
Mountain.
What's the next country you want to visit?
Japan.
Completionist, yes or no?
Yes.
Concert or sporting event?
Concert.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Oh, wow. Having fun while building. How to build and stay sane and have fun.
I knew I liked you for a reason. Okay. What's your biggest fear right now?
These warplets are keeping me up at night. Like, I mean that literally and figuratively.
Camping or hotel?
That's amazing.
Hotel.
Kiwi skin on or off?
Off.
And what is the last thing you bought with crypto?
A warplet.
I was gonna
Many
say.
of them.
That's my answer as well.
That question, say Angel, that was also like with my bot or not, that was also like one of my favorite questions to ask people because it would stump them. They'd be like, really have to think and like go back in time. It's like not that interesting anymore for people on Farcaster because like everyone's buying things with crypto like on the daily.
No,
so.
just have a lot more people buying stuff with crypto, which is great.
I like
Yeah,
it.
and the wallet's
problem to have.
so incredible now. It's a fun place.
Yeah. It definitely is. And you've made it very fun. So thank you for bringing the fun this week. And I agree. Like, I think wrapping everything in fun just makes it better. Anytime you want to teach something, keeping it fun, adding humor, like so much better than dry. So anytime you're doing anything, don't take it so seriously. Like, come on, people. This is supposed to be fun. We're cartoon JPEGs. Come on. Like, how can you take these people seriously?
I have a felt fox mask on and pause.
I do love the costumes. It's amazing.
We
It's
had to.
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I changed my PFP back to my OG today.
Did you?
I did the
Okay.
Warplet for the week. I also
Appreciate it.
I also changed my Twitter PFP to the Warplet, and I think that'll stay.
So
did
it's
do
funny.
that.
I had that thought this morning. I was like, look, on Farcaster, I think everyone can go back to themselves, but like where it really helps is on Twitter, right? Or X, whatever, where people will be like, what the hell is that? And they're like, well, have you heard of Farcaster and the
Have you heard of
Warplet?
Farcaster?
There's lore.
Exactly.
I am very hesitant to change my PFP, and it's mostly for safety reasons too, like a little bit of that. So I've been very in branding. Like people know it's me. It's
Makes
it's
sense.
hard to make the switch, and I've never switched it. Occasionally I've done like when we did the red filter, but it was just over it. So I haven't done it. I probably won't, but I've shared it everywhere else. So he did make it. This is our GM Farcaster Warplet, who's now in our little logo up here. So he's been hanging out for the week. So
Oh, the one on top. That's the one. The one on
yeah,
top, right? Ooh,
yeah,
that one
the
looks
one on
cool
top
with
over
the
here.
scales. Yeah.
it's very cool. The GM Farcaster one came out great. The coffee cup turned into that, and it's like you can feel it. Like you can see it in there. Yeah, the cast out one not so much, but that one did come out great. Adrienne, anything else before we let Say Angel go and get on to his real life?
There's anything you wanted to, unless we didn't touch on anything that you
Did we miss anything that you wanted to share?
Go mint your Warplets. 3
Hurry
hours
up.
left. Brand accounts. If you actually love Farcaster, you will mint a Warplet and you will show it off. That's the last thing I'll say.
Yeah, all the accounts should do it. Like you should all do it because it's really cool. The Bracky one was adorable. Loved that one. Like there were some really good ones from the brand accounts. The better one was great. Like there were some that really popped. So definitely go mint all the things. If you have multiple accounts, go into all of them and go mint them. The rise of Warplets, exactly.
Will we see you at DevConnect?
No. I need to go to FarCon. I've never been. I feel bad. Again, it's one of those things where like this isn't my full-time gig, so like there's always things that come up for me. But I will probably carve out the time for the next one.
That's also a good one to be like, honey, don't you want to go to Rome?
Right. That's true.
You know, it's kind of one of those like, oh, yeah, I do actually.
You're right.
It's going to be a blast. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you making some time this morning to chat with us before the mint is up. And thank you for bringing all the fun to the timeline.
Great.
We've loved having you here. It's been great talking to you. We're so glad to have you here. All right. We'll see you soon.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
And I only have like a couple quick things that I just wanted to shout out, and then we're going to wrap very, very soon here. But I wanted to shout out Cast Out, which is starting Monday. And thank you to our sponsors, Clanker, because this is Return to Meme Coin Island. Also Splits, Aptos, and Purple. I got to get that off of there so you can see that. I was going to announce the tribes today, except I'm looking for 2 more players. I have 1 tribe that's not fully complete, so I'm going to wait. But they were all in their tribes, and I need to add you. I just realized I forgot to add you. They're all in their little tribe group chats. They're getting going. They're speculating on challenges already. I'm seeing all the fun happening. If for some reason, if you don't know what we're talking about, Cast Out is a game that is all played on Farcaster. It is it's going to be all in mini apps and on the timeline, and it is to kind of show off the different things that are happening on Farcaster while having an opportunity to win 2 ETH with your tribe. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you have any interest in playing and you are in our chat right now, let me know. And because I'm looking for 2 more players. I did get everyone placed who had applied, who was didn't look spammy. I'll just put it that way. There's a few people who I was like, I think I'm going to wait a little bit on you. You look really, really new, and I don't know who you are. So if you want to play, please drop a note to me like today, either in the chat right now or hit me up on the timeline, and we'll get you in. I have a couple messages out, so hopefully we'll get that tribe up to full strength. If not, we may have a tribe of 3 that just, who knows? They just end up with a much larger prize pool if they win. So there you go. And that's it. The time requirements. Okay, for real. There's one challenge that if it happens might be a little time consuming. It will be the first challenge if it all goes well. After that, these should be very limited in time because what I have planned should be very manageable. There'll be some time where you'll need to coordinate with your tribe and coordinate on things like votes, but they happen throughout the day. You don't have to be anywhere at any set time. We'll talk about the challenges on this show. We'll also have a cast out show on days that we don't have a show where we'll have it at noon. And we'll share. So like when we do the Monday show, it'll just be part of that show. The other days we'll have a noon show with an update of like, here's what happened with the last challenge. Here's the next one. Here's what's going on. Very short and sweet. So it's manageable. It's manageable. You can do it. You can
Weekends
do it.
Weekends off?
No weekends. Weekends off, except for one optional thing. So it's Monday through Thursday for the next 2 weeks. And it's only until you get voted out. So
yeah,
it could just be 2 days.
Can I also add because I love to I love to kind of poke fun and say, you say it's not a big time commitment. And I'm like, it really is. It is not. It doesn't have to be. And it's also
it doesn't have to be.
It's still so much fun to play.
Yeah.
And you get so much out of it. So even if you don't have, I don't know, like 300%, like you don't have to dedicate your life. You join a tribe, you make friends, you're playing games on Farcaster. Like you get so many benefits, you know, like just for playing. So, you know, channel your inner say angel and just like have fun. So like
it'll be a lot of fun.
Don't overthink. Like I guess
don't overthink it.
You need a little bit of time, but
it won't be overwhelming. I promise. I promise this time it won't be overwhelming. Like I said, there's one game that might be, depending on how hard you play it. And then the rest should be pretty chill. I can't tell you. I cannot confirm or deny any particular challenges, pieces of challenges, or things that might be used within the game. You'll have to wait until next week. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Trumpix played last time. I think he's not available this time.
You're a berserker once in.
You're berserker. You're in. All right. I got a tribe for you. And I'm looking for one more. So Sigwider, Red Wings, if you're interested, let me know. I got a great tribe for you. All right. Amazing. Thanks everybody. You're berserker. I'm going to reach out to you right after this. And I'm also going to reach out to Sigwider, see if he's in, and we'll get the announcement out there shortly about all the different tribes. And I'm very excited. They're looking great. It's going to be fun. All right, everyone. We will see you Monday. We'll be on at 11:30 a.m. I don't think we have a guest, correct? But we do have cast out starting. But I could be wrong. Maybe we do have a guest. I don't think we do. So we will see you then. And until then, everybody, happy Halloween and bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.